All right, and we are live. Good evening. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm going to look
Happy
for my
Monday.
broadcast. We got a special show tonight, just a special guest in the house. So everyone come on to the broadcast. We welcome you tonight. We're going to find the broadcast and share it to our pages. I'm going to share it to another page of mine. How's everybody doing? We've got a special guest in the house, Carol Jean Pierre. And let me get this shared to a couple of pages. Say hello when you come in. We're going to talk about how to register a nonprofit. If you ever wanted to start a nonprofit, but you just didn't know the first steps, hey, Pastor, then this is the broadcast for you tonight. We won't be before you long, but I've been asked to kind of inform the people about this process. So we have our special guest, Miss Jean Pierre, Carol Jean Pierre. Were you able to locate the broadcast? I'm gonna
Is
share
it
it.
on? Is it on here or would I go to my Facebook page?
You would go to my Facebook page and you'll
Okay.
see it.
Hang on one quick second and I'll go to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to also share it to a page as well. I'm going to share it to a couple groups. Say hello when you come in. Let me see if I got some comments. I think I do. Yes. Hello and welcome, Pastor Apostle K. Javon Chambers. Welcome to the broadcast. He's a nonprofit leader out there. We appreciate you sharing your Monday evening with us. All right, I've got that posted to our live streaming group. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We won't be before you long. Share the broadcast to other nonprofit leaders that you have out there or people that are inspired to start their own nonprofit. Carol's going to share her journey as a nonprofit leader as well, and then I'm going to talk about steps to take to help you get your nonprofit registered. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for sharing the broadcast. Thank you for the thumbs and the hearts. We appreciate you. So welcome, welcome, Miss Carol Jean Pierre. Let everyone know a little bit about yourself and your nonprofit organization that you just registered with the Secretary of State.
Wow. How exciting. And thank you for everything that you did. You worked it up and I just appreciate you. Who I am, I'm Carol Jean Pierre. Um, Back in 2010, I actually had tried to launch something and get it situated. And so after last year, I finally said, after pouring so much into the business and not being able to do a certain amount of productivity, I said, you know what, let me find out. I started watching you. And then I asked and reached out, and you got me together. So you can find me on CJF Noalia and Opera of Love ACL, which is this Artistic Center of Life Center. Yes. So that
Yay!
501c3 went through, and my girl helped me get it together, and so now we're fishing for the grants. What it is that I will be helping children ages between the ages of 8 and 17 and providing them with gifts and working with them artistically, as far as if they've been under mental illness, cancer, overwhelmed. So I deal with the impacted youth in that specific area of brain injury.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So for those that don't know me or never seen my broadcast, I forgot to do. You're so special, Carol. I forgot to do my whole intro spiel. So I'll take the time. I'll take the time to do that now. My name is Martine Corte. I'm entrepreneur, I'm a business coach out here in these internet streets. Yes.
Oh,
I am a live streamer, and I've been affectionately called the queen of side hustle. So I received that. Thank you so much, everybody. I am a 20-year tax professional. I own Advanced Tax Solutions, located at 6311 Ames Avenue. We are in crunch season now. We got 2 more weeks till the end of the tax season. May 17th is the last deadline to file your taxes. So in the midst of preparing tax returns, I work with small business owners, nonprofit leaders, artists, authors out there. I don't work with network marketers to help them reach more clients, reach more community people in their efforts to build your mission, to kind of build on that foundation and find the people that you need to serve. I help with all those types of people so they can meet their goals or make money in their business. So I'm out here along, going through the tax season, preparing taxes, but we also here at Advanced Tax Solutions do LLC and EIN registrations. And so that's what I helped Carol with her foundation, CJF Noalia, Opera of Love, with registering their nonprofit with the Secretary of State of Nebraska. So we're talking about that tonight. And she's sharing her journey of, how she got started and just kind of her obstacles that she had to take and trying to figure all this out. If you have a nonprofit organization, or you have a mission and a heart to serve, and you have put something together with your wherewithals and your skills and your know-how, but just simply need to move to the next level by registering your business or your nonprofit, in this case, with the Secretary of State, so that you can be in position to receive grants, to receive funding from other sources, and so that you can help the people that you're serving out here. It is a mission when you're helping people at Carol's, her foundation. Of course, she's targeting a certain kind of people, right? So it depends on whoever you're serving, and that's what you identify when you're registering your business. They're going to ask you for your purpose. And so Carol just explained what her purpose was, her heart to serve, and why she wants to do it, and what's the mission. So now that she has set, her foundation up properly, and she's registered it. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. She's registered, and she's got her EIN. She's registered with the IRS, so that she's legitimately out here representing her organization, and she can ask for federal grants, state grants. She can accept local donations if she wants to, in a proper manner, so that everything can be documented. She can account for who she's serving in her organization, which is very important because, hi Sabrina, she says, awesome, which is very important, especially when it comes to filling out grant applications. They're going to ask you for that information. They're going to ask you, how many people are you serving? What area are you serving? What kind of people are you serving? What are you doing? If you're asking for technical assistance, or if you're asking for a building, you're looking for a building, they're going to ask you, hi, sweetie. They're going to ask you, what's your plans? What are you going to do with the money? So it's very important from a tax standpoint, and when you're receiving grants, to account for the money that you do receive, to make sure that the government's going to make sure that you're using the money the way you said you're going to use it. And we want to make sure, as a nonprofit leader, that you are actually serving the people. You're getting the money that you need to serve the people, and it helps measure up if you're getting enough funding to do what you really want to do. Because when you're in a nonprofit, you're counting on support from either the local level, federal level, state level to run this mission, right? It's not like you're a for-profit and you're selling things to make money to grow your business. It's a
Right.
little different with nonprofit, where you're relying on the support of the community, the support of the government to service individuals. And so that's the whole reason why it's important to register your foundation, your organization with your Secretary of State in the state that you're operating in. That's important as well. Because if you have the organization in another state, you want to make sure that it's registered where you actually are operating from. Does that make sense, everybody? Let me know if y'all have any questions. But there may be some people, Carol, that is watching right now that is interested in starting a nonprofit. Now, what are some of the foundational steps that you took to help you, and even like, let's just kind of tap into our passion, because
Yeah.
I know if we're not really out here passionately, that is probably not going to be something we stick with. So could you
Right.
speak on that for just a second?
Yeah, as far as passion, I'll keep it very brief. The children have always been a delight, and I've always worked with the children, whether it was in programs, whether I formed them or whether I served them. It always seemed to be the area of the children. So I have a compassion about the children. As far as in the depths of everything, I realized that children go through a lot. In fact, there was just a case that we called 100 Black men on just yesterday or today. I can't remember, but where someone is actually being bullied in the school. Well, those things are taxing on the minds of the children. I ran into someone when I was out there supporting Celestine just yesterday. And there was a baby girl. Well, she had to be about 6, 8 years old, bald head from alopecia. And so her aunt was talking about how damaging it is mentally. And then there's cancer patients, youth that, they have to take on a whole new image and a whole new body. And so with that, I thought that this would be a house where I could actually serve in my gifts. When I graduated, it was with creative writing and music. And so I want to use every single thing in sociology. So I like to target everything in that area and put all of my heart gifts into that, and maybe even offer vocal lessons, whatever I can do. But for the children, I know we're not open right now, but that's what I want to do. And that's the compassion, is that our children get damaged, even from PTSDs of life, abuse, this and that. So it goes all around. And I want to be able to do my part in gifting the children back what blessed me to be able to stay above the realm on that end as well. And I cater to the ends that I am familiar with.
Right, exactly. And that was one thing I was going to mention. When we're out here trying to start a nonprofit or even a business, we need to do like this needs analysis. We need to tap into our market, who we're targeting, to see if there's a need for whatever we're trying to do. And since you've been in that realm of people that you serve, and you already knew the need for what you're doing in the community, you've done that assessment. And it's really important that we are aware of the community needs. Is there someone that could benefit from what I want to offer out here? Is there a community that I can serve with what I want to do? So you want to definitely make sure that you do that. You take time to do that, what I call needs assessment, because a lot of people want to get out here and jump out here real quick without doing that market analysis and just start their missions, come out here and say what they want to say. But you have to do a little work. You need to do a little research to make sure that there are people out there that could benefit from what you want to offer. So I'm glad that you shared that. Thank you for doing that. And then also the next steps would be to, register your business as a 501c3 designation for your nonprofit. And so if you are registered, you are in position to receive government funding because you are considered a 501c3 with that designation and with the IRS. So you're not only registering your nonprofit with the state in which you operate, but you're also registering with the IRS so that you can get your EIN. That makes you a non-exempt organization. So if you need to buy supplies or whatever items that you need, that you do not have to pay taxes on those items because you are exempt. That's why that designation is there for you, because you are for profit. And so I just want to lightly cover that so people can understand the process, that you're passionate. You have to be all in. Just like in business, we got to be all in when it comes to starting something new. We can't just be half-hearted because we're out here and we're trying to make a difference in people's lives, and so you need to take it seriously. Right. So what are your next steps, Carol, now that you've gotten registered, you've got your EIN, and you've been kind of operating the organization even prior before that? And I just want to say, since I brought that up, that you don't have to wait to get registered to get started. A lot of people will start it to see if it's something that will grow into something more. We call that a side hustle. I don't know what we call it for nonprofits, but but it's the same concept. So once you think this is something you truly want to stick to and it's growing, and you see there's people that could benefit from it and they want your services because they're giving you feedback too, right? So then you can take the necessary steps to register your nonprofit with the Secretary of State. So now that you've done that, Carol, you've had your ribbon cutting. Congratulations again. That was phenomenal. Thank you for inviting me to that. We want to celebrate victories and wins like that because that is something that you have accomplished, that you've been working on, and it's special. It's a special occasion. We need to celebrate and, triumph everything that we do. So now that you've gotten past all that, and I know we're still in COVID, but you probably start planning some things maybe for in a few months or as it warms up and we're going into the summertime. Any plans that you can share with us that the community can know about?
Yes, please. And right now, I want to say shout out to my cousin Pamela King and Felicia Webster and Sharmia at the Westroads and just a few others, that have actually, poured in the donations. And Concierge Book Company, let me say that, So these things are coming in and we're filling up donation gift bags and all kinds of things in the midst because I'm supposed to be resting. So while I'm doing that, I'm resting because in October I do plan on giving a huge concert. And I'm hoping at that time I'm working with my professors at UNO. One of them has a wellness program, and the other one is quite amazing. And I think I told you about these two that were like, Carol, get your rest because, it's going to happen. And so we're working together to hopefully pour into the concert and just touch some more lives musically. I hope to get that recorded as well. So that I can put those into the gift baskets.
Nice.
And so that's my goal, is that what I do. I can speak and I can also sing and put them in there so they have an understanding. So,
Awesome.
yep,
Awesome.
posting some things.
We've got a comment from Apostle Chambers. He says, congrats, we bid you much success. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you. Hi.
Now, Carol, do you mind sharing your journey and just kind of how this is connected to you personally? How Noalia Opera of Love is connected to you personally with
Yeah,
some things that's been
you
going on
betcha.
with your body?
Most definitely. Noalia actually started out as a book that I had written, and then it shifted into an opera. Um, it actually deals with a young lady who is highly gifted. She's an opera singer or whatever, and so she had some hardships, and in between that, she tried to find a way. So when she had some time, she decided to go back to Love University and get herself going. Well, she finds everything there. She finds God. She finds love. So it is it's spiritual.
Mm,
She finds God. She finds love, and she graduates and ends up being able to partake. She's always thinking at this part how to get ahead in spite of. Well, it relates in my life because I've had through divorces, through, one divorce, but through the hardships of the aftermath that people go through and don't want to talk about, but aftermath of divorces and then aligning yourself to be well from all of that. Then I had 6 car accidents, which broke my legs. I couldn't walk for over 7 years. It took actually 3 years. I just sat in a chair with and they put something in my back, and so I couldn't walk, and all I could do was write with one hand. I was broken all on the inside and looked like nothing was wrong on the outside. So
mm,
after that, God not only got me back up walking, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, but he's
mm,
gotten me so far. So that's why you guys might see me pushing to walk and exercise so that I, keep myself conditioned from chronic pains. Then I ended up with cancer, a diagnosis. I didn't claim it. That's what we do. You have to
amen.
be realistic, but
Mm,
God has the last say so. So then I had to go jump through the chemotherapy just last year, the 20 radiation treatments and 9 surgeries, and then He got me through that. So there, in between, I've also seen children be crushed up under cars,
mm,
and had to walk in with their families to uh, work out their issues with their babies. So that's PTSDs on my space that I didn't get to deal with because you're supposed to always be the one that's positive for everyone else. I've
mhm,
always uh, I'm not the superhero anymore. I realize that I would show up when asked, but they were detrimental to my health scenarios. And I realized that I had to find a way above the noise or above it because I didn't have anyone to just say, hey, let me help you. And so, with that, I want to make sure that I could touch lives so that the children, get caught in time to where they have someone or something special. If I can't be there personally, that they have a gift of love, a video or something,
mm,
music and something special. If your little head is bald like mine was,
mm,
then you have girls have little earrings and little bandanas. If you're a boy, Sharmia's offered some hats and just things like that to help people feel
mm,
special and they're not left out there. That's how I connect to it. And to me, I'm just an abundance of overwhelmed.
mhm.
I'm an overwhelmed, happy person, but I have every right to be. A lot of people don't understand me, and that's okay. But right now, I'm at a high praise. And I said, "Oh, Martine, I cannot graduate and not push through with this vision." I said, and I'm tired. I need your help. and you got me through. So now I look forward to it all, and I thank you. You're beautiful.
Thank you so much. I received all of that, and I was glad that we could help you. I'm speaking of overwhelmed. I'm just overwhelmed by hearing your story for a couple of reasons. You know, my dad is a pastor, and so I was raised up in the church, and I was, I praise God through song. That's how I initially connected with Him, right?
Yeah.
And so when I met you and learned that you were this songstress, opera level singer. I mean, your voice is amazing. I went back to my earlier years of my connection with God, and that was through song. That's how He communicated to me, and then I could apply the word, right? Because
Right.
not everyone can go just receive everything through the word. Sometimes it may come through song or something else in the church setting, right? So
Right.
so that's why I'm passionate about music, because I think music
Right.
is a love song. It's a song to people, to tell them about the beauty of God, about the beauty of the world. And even in the midst of this pandemic, we've been saved by our artists, people that sing or play music or draw art. That was healing to us,
Right.
to the world. I mean, that was our savior, in that aspect during this whole COVID situation. So I thank God for people like you that can heal people
Thank
through
you.
song. And now you're using this for your nonprofit, your skills that God gave you, your talents and your gifts that God gave you, even through all of the obstacles that you've come through, the accidents. I didn't even know about that. And just, your cancer diagnosis, which we're definitely not claiming. We don't do that,
No.
right?
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Right.
So you're
Right.
still
They got
here.
a hold to it. They plucked the root of it, and so but now it just depends on how you live.
Right, exactly. It's a mindset. And so you've
Mhm.
taken the charge because God gave you an assignment. He said, yeah, daughter, I see you, I see all of these things are happening to you, the accidents, you're recovering. I've got you, I'm holding you up, but because I have something else for you. And then here
Come
comes the
on.
cancer diagnosis. I still got you. You're not out, you're not getting away from me that easily. You're gonna push through this, you're gonna make it, because I got something for you to do.
Come
And
on.
that's what gets us up out the bed every day, is because we have
Oh
an
man.
assignment that we have to fulfill. It's like the
Right.
Great Commission. We're spreading the gospel, right?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
we have something to do. And everyone, I encourage everyone to have a discerning ear to hear when He speaks to you. Every last one of us has a mission. We have a purpose on this earth. And we have to step up to the plate and fill in. We have to do what He tells us to do.
Mhm.
Right? If He says go, we gotta go. We gotta do what He wants us to do. We have to take that step. Hi, Frida. She says, good evening. How you doing?
Hi.
Frida Marion just rolled in, good friend of mine. Yes, God. Thank God for people like you, Miss Carol.
Wow.
So for those that are just coming in, we're talking about, and Apostle Chambers is chiming in. He says, that's good information. Yes, it is. Thank you. You guys share the broadcast. I'm talking with a new nonprofit founder, leader out here, Carol Jean Pierre. She has a foundation, and tell the people your foundation again, and just a synopsis of what it is.
Yeah, it's a CJF. That's for Carol Jean Pierre Finch, but CJF, Noalia, and Opera of Love, ACL, which is Artistic Center of Life Foundation. It will be housed to cater to children who have had brain injuries or PTSDs or cancers. So anywhere where the mind has been stressed out, that's what I'll be dealing with. Bullying included, anything in that area. And I'll be using my gifts of music, of writing, creative writing, and skills to actually work with them when that's allowed, and just to gift them back, to help them. It's about the kids, and we need them before they become older and don't get the help.
That's right. That's right. Now, can you share with us, Carol, some of the things you've done in the past? I know COVID has kind of put a lot of things on standstill, but what have some of the things you've been doing in the past? Because she got started before she registered her nonprofit. Let us know, what have you been doing?
I used to host, I put my daughter, my mother, and I together, and we used to host events called Diva 3. I started hosting them because there were people that were having issues. Well, I had one that was going to commit suicide, if you will, and I was like, but this was like a phenomenal voice. And so noticed that I started putting these programs together to help people in their wellness. Someone had lost their family member and this and that, and people used to come to my house and just pour it all out, and I'd be shook all up for a minute, then I get it back together and say, the compassion part would be like, how can I help? So I started feeding through Noalia, an opera of love, and I'd sing and then address the issues. But I'd speak from what had happened to me instead of telling all their business. But it housed them to be able to even use their instruments or whatever else. And then when I noticed that this was something bigger and greater, after what I had was jumped through, I decided to cater to the children. But with that said, feeding, singing, and sharing quality time of love, expressing how to get over or stay above your mess and turn it into message. That's what I do.
That's right. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
We need more people like you. We need other organizations, nonprofits, churches, everyone to step up to the plate and serve the people. Now, because of COVID, I've been hearing a lot about a lot of people suffering, especially our community, Black
right,
people suffering from mental illness. And it's
right.
because of this, being housed in, having to stay home. Not a lot of people lost their jobs, so there's that financial
Mhm.
aspect, which is can be very devastating if you've lost your income and you have bills, you have family, you have children that you have to,
Mhm.
provide for. It could be very devastating and have a great impact on your mental state. And so
Right.
organizations like yours is really needed. When we come out of this, we're going to see more of those numbers rise, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because people will start to seek assistance. They're starting now, but as we kind of move out of this pandemic, which I pray that is very, very soon, we're going to see those
Right.
numbers increase of those people needing services like
Mhm.
yours. And everyone else, are the people going to turn to the church. And so we need for these organizations
Mhm.
to step up to the plate, for one, and to be
Right.
ready to receive them and have the resources necessary to provide to them so that you can help them. And so, I just encourage anyone that's out there listening, if you're in a position to help, you have an organization, a church, or whatever, be on the lookout for helping uh, these people that have mental illness. Even
Mhm.
if it's just a simple referral to someone who that can provide the services, even that, just being a resource,
Mhm.
for these people, they're going to come and they're going to ask for your
Right.
help. I just want you to be ready to do whatever you can at your level for them, because we can't have all these people, going around and just struggling in silence. We want them to seek help, right?
Mhm.
We want them to,
Right.
we're all in this together and we're loving our neighbors. And so that means that we have to care for one another. We have to call and check on our family members, our friends, our our elderly parents. We need to check on everyone, as though, as people are checking on us. And so it's a reciprocal thing. But if you're in a position to give, like Carol, she has developed this organization to help her target audience. You have the ability to do the same thing and register your business or your nonprofit with the Secretary of State so that you can be in line to receive grant funding, because those funds are assisting people like Carol in, uh, putting the mission out there and serving the people. So I just want to encourage those that if you have a heart to serve, I always like to do that when I say heart. If you have a heart to serve, then please do so, because we need you. We need you.
Yeah.
So, with that said, Carol, is there anything else you want to say or end with as we wrap this up? I appreciate everyone coming in. My name is Martine Corte. I'm an entrepreneur. I am a 20-year tax professional. We're wrapping up our tax season. We've got 2 more weeks left. Well, actually, 1 more week left after this week. So May 17th is the deadline. We also do LLC and EIN registrations. So we do help nonprofits register their foundation with the Secretary of State, and as well as businesses register their LLCs with the SOS, Secretary of State. SOS, we need help.
That was a good song too.
Because we want to be out here legitimately. We want to do things the correct way, right? The proper way, so that we don't get in trouble with what we're doing, and we don't want anything to stop our mission. So we want to make sure we're legitimately set up correctly and we're doing things professionally and efficiently so that we can continue to serve the people that need our assistance. Hi, Raymil Buxton Johnson. She says, good evening. How you doing, sis? Thank you for joining the broadcast. So again, I've been talking with Carol Jean-Pierre. She is the nonprofit leader, founder, visionary. She's just a blessing. She has Noalia Opera of Love organization, helping individuals with brain injuries, cancer, and other things through the arts, through the music. So she's using those modalities to help them to kind of cope with their situation. And I absolutely love it, because music is so near and dear to me, and it helps me when I'm a little down. I turn on some music. Everyone that follows me knows that I love music, and I may be in stories posting something and there's guaranteed to be music in the background. That's just because that's my love language. And so I really appreciate that gift. Music is a gift to the people. And we have this songstress here, Miss Carol, the opera singer. Her voice is really like an opera lady. And it just blew me away. I just really didn't know anybody that had that level of opera. I mean, I've been to an opera before, but I know someone personally now. So that's just amazing. And when she was on the show, on 95.7 The Boss Morning Show, I asked her to sing. And so she obliged. And so it was just, just beautiful. So whenever we have a songstress on the show, I will ask, just give me a heads up, I will ask you to sing. But Miss Carol, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll just kind of leave the last words to yourself. If you can just kind of bless the community with whatever you want to end this broadcast on. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Again, I just want to say how amazing you are, and I thank you for helping me, because that vision, I don't know if I would have been able to get to it as soon or as effectively as I would like to at least get it branched. And I thank you. I want to make sure that they understand that I am most appreciative for your help and your expertise, I say. Yeah, because you whipped it right on in. And I knew that there were also some people that were asking. They were even asking just about grants or how to get anything. And I just said, you know what? We serve the community. Allow people in their design to be able to serve you, because it'll get done and met the way it needs to be done. Trust Coach Martine, she'll get you together. So please, if you have any questions or whatever, dial that number or reach out to her and get that information. I reached out, we had a couple of sessions or whatever, and because, mine wasn't as needy, it was almost together. She got me together on things I wasn't even aware of. So even when you think that you have all of your information, you might have too much, you might have whatever all that is, get with her and she'll let you know exactly what to do and get it completed. So I wanted to share that. Also, as far as brain injury, I just wanted to say, and forgive me, I was cutting slices of cake for the kids a few minutes ago. But brain injury, it takes a lot to once you've been hit or in major concussions, them Ali type of concussions. So the impact that it does to the spinal cord and all of that and to the brain, it affects the eyes, ears, and everything else. I did not know until I fought so hard that there are actual ways to pull your design. The brain is so powerful. So when people go through specific things, there is a way not to have to claim that type of illness. And there are ways that the brain heals itself. And that's another thing that I wanted to be able to share through the program. And music and all of those things, the writings and even what you're doing, it pulls things together for people to be well. With that said, I'm gonna give. I know I'm gonna give Martine. I'm gonna see if I can. I trust in God wherever I may be, out on the land or on the stormy sea. The billows roll, but the Lord, He keeps our souls. Our Heavenly Father watches over. We trust in God. We know He cares for us on mountain bleak or on the rolling sea. Though billows roll, the Lord, He keeps our souls. Our Heavenly Father watches over. I won't get too loud, but
woo! That was amazing. Thank you for blessing us with your hymns. Apostle Chambers, he's saying, I love that hymn. I trust in God. I know He cares for me. Or on the stormy sea, though billows roll.
They roll, but the Lord.
So,
the Lord, okay? Oh.
Yes. Amen, amen, and amen. Thank you so much, Ms. Carol. I'm going to let you go so you can enjoy the rest of this great Monday. thank you to
You're
everyone that
welcome.
has joined us tonight. I hope that what we said may be inspiring to someone, or maybe it's called you to step out there, to step up to the plate. You know that you're hearing the Lord. He's telling you what to do. We can't run from it forever. So it's going to stay with you. You're going to wake up with that on your heart. You're going to go to sleep with it on your heart. That means you're supposed to do it. So step up to the plate, have a discerning ear to hear the word of God and him instructing you. He's not going to let you fail. He's not going to let you fail. Look at Carol. Beautiful, strong songstress. She's out here. She has a mission, a purpose on this earth. And despite all of her ups and downs and obstacles and whatever, she's still standing.
I'm still
Literally,
here.
her legs were broken, but she's standing today. So how much more for anybody else that's probably never been through anything, you know? So thank you again. I hope our conversation tonight about how to register your nonprofit kind of helps you out or gives you first steps. Please, if you need more information or you need to kind of consult with me, here's my information. Just go to calendly.com/advanced tax, and that will be my calendar. You can schedule an appointment and we can talk. Okay. Again, Miss Carol, thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining us tonight. I wish you much success and much luck with your organization and all the things that are going to be coming here as we transition out of this COVIDness. And God is going to continue to bless you, and he's going to provide you with everything you're going to need for your organization. Those grants are going to come through. You're going to get it. And we claim things that we want, right? And we know that God is going to give us what we need, right? So again, thank you so much. Everyone have a wonderful Monday night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Right, thank you.
Blessings to everyone.
Thank you, Martine.
You're welcome.